I'm Jennifer from Adult Services at the Worcester branch of the Wayne County Public Library, and today I would like to do a little creative 5-minute upcycling for you. You might enjoy doing some fun arts and crafts at home, and you know how sometimes you have to get really creative with what you use. So today what I would like to show you is how you can repurpose 3 different things that you might have sitting around at home to do some stamp printing. So one thing we're going to do is to make a little rubber stamp out of a rubber cork, and we'll do some texturing with some bubble wrap and a toilet roll, and then yarn and just a block of wood. So I'll get started here with the hard one, the wine cork. What you'll want is your cork, a Sharpie pen, and an X-Acto knife. And so what you'll do with the cork is draw your design on the top, and then also a line around the side that's just a little bit down from the top, and you'll see why. So I'm going to do this very carefully, is to just start cutting out around my outline. And I'm going to cut down to about that line and then work my way around. It doesn't really matter if you cut inside the line, outside the line. It just depends on what you want to do with your stamp. So I've cut around that line, so now what I want to do is cut here along the side, little by little, and go slowly because you are using a sharp blade here. You don't want to cut yourself. You might stop periodically and just cut out little chunks. And then we'll go around the other side. All right, so as you can see, I've got a little leaf here, and what I'm going to do is choose one of my stamp pads, and I'm just going to get it inked up. And you can see I can make some little leaf shapes to print onto the page. So that's how you'll do a little rubber stamp from a cork. Takes a little time, takes some care, but it's not really that hard if you want to do some little designs like this. Now for the bubble wrap, what we're going to do is just trim it so that it's going to fit around the toilet roll. So I'll just cut a part of it here. And I want to tape down one side just to keep it in place and wrap it around. And tape it in place here. So you've got kind of like a textured roller that you'll be able to use. So now I want some paint. And I'm just using some acrylic paint. And I've got my paintbrush. I'll just sort of slap it on. Doesn't have to be super fancy. You can decide how much paint you want to put on. If you want just a very light effect or something a little heavier, that's totally up to you. Nice thing about using a toilet roll is you can keep your fingers inside and not get paint on them. That's always a bonus. All right. So then all I'm going to do is figure out where that edge is, lay it down, and press it while I'm slowly rolling it across. You see how that comes out? So you can have fun with that as kind of a backdrop. Maybe you want to do a collage. You can do this as a backdrop and then put something over it. Or if you've got something you've already painted, you could paint this in a lighter shade to go over it. Just kind of almost like a netting mermaid effect. It's kind of cool. Finally, what we're going to do is take this block of wood and some yarn. And I'll unwind it a bit. And you know what? Since I've got this little groove here, I'm going to start here and hold on to it. And then just wrap it around. It can be really nice and even if you want, or kind of crooked. The fun part is just seeing what happens as you do this. Okay, I think I want to go the opposite direction for a little bit as well. And I'm going to cut a tail that's long enough to just tie it into place here. Oops. And I'm just going to do a bow instead of a square knot because, maybe I don't want to use this same pattern later on. Here again then, if you've got a bigger dish that you could spread your paint out in, that's fine. If you don't care what happens to your wood block, you can just go ahead and slap the paint on. Remember, we're being creative here. We're not having to worry about being perfect. So just do what's going to work for you. And remember, this is an experiment. Maybe the first time it doesn't turn out great. You can learn from it and figure out how you want to do it the next time. We're just having fun. Okay, so we've got paint on it and we're just going to flip it over, press it down onto the page. So see, if you wanted to maybe mix up a few different colors, you could get colors going one way and cross them with another. If you had maybe something that's round, you could do some round designs with that. It's just a fun way to use up what you have to get creative. Now, you can use these techniques maybe on a note card. Like I said, you could collage over some of these prints. If you're doing something small, you could do it to accent a collage or to make little stamps in your journal, on letters, whatever you want to do. I mean, this is something where you just find something at home that you think, oh, maybe that could be a really cool pattern, and then play with it. That's all there is to it. So I hope you have fun with this. Try something a little different, get creative, get messy, and have fun.